Welcome to the Deniese IncTru podcast. So, I am your host, Nisi, and today it is Serene Saturday. And that's a time where we slow down, we sit back and relax and immerse ourselves in the power of creativity, healing, expression, and truth. So, here on Deniese IncTru, we do celebrate visual and performing arts, art therapy, music therapy, behavioral health, mental health, lifestyle, and culture, and the incredible journeys that shape the artists, visionaries, and creatives among us. So, we proudly support and celebrate independent artists and entrepreneurs who continue to create, inspire, and transform communities through their gifts. All right, so today we have the pleasure of welcoming an extraordinary guest whose journey embodies resilience, creativity, entrepreneurship, and artistic excellence. She is the CEO of Grind Never Stops Entertainment, a dynamic hip hop artist, songwriter, creative writer, newspaper contributor, and scriptwriter. Mm, whose work continues to leave an impact both on and off the stage. So, Tasha, thank you so much for coming in today to just let us allow us a moment to dive into your world and get some information from you regarding your most recent events and more and the journey ahead.
Okay. So actually recently, I was just in Ohio because I reside in Kentucky. So
Okay.
I'm actually from Ohio, but I drove there and did a show Saturday night.
Yeah.
It was for Kevin Tyler, the promoter, at the Vortex in Akron, and it was crazy. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Um,
I saw
and
the
then
pictures. I was like, oh, it must have
yeah,
been very epic. Yeah.
yeah, I have my musicians, my guitarist, shout out to Riley Bier, and then shout out to Twan Green, my drummer. He's been drumming with me for a couple years now. So but previous April 25th or 26th, sorry, I went to Philadelphia and did the celebrity boxing match, and that was insane. Like
Yeah.
it was like next level experience for me, and I think I needed to experience that, something different. But it was
Yeah.
the Krishan versus Zenith, and I got to walk out a boxer named Jordan Eastburn, and I don't know, it was my first TV debut as well, on Triller TV, so it
Yeah.
was pretty dope. It was pretty dope. So definitely looking forward, to do that again. Um, but yeah, yeah,
Yeah, it looked like quite the experience to be able to walk out a fighter in general and be able to be on television with
yeah,
the likes of Krishan and members such as like Miss Mayweather, part of the Mayweather
yes,
family. So that I did see that you collaborated with had a picture along with Miss Mayweather too. And
yeah,
it was quite the night. I saw Krishan won that night too. So
yes,
and even with herself having new music and then you presenting out with your music too. I'm like, that is quite the alignment to be able to be amongst such
yes,
great fighters and to have that opportunity, be able to get into that continuing with your storytelling,
yeah,
with your music and that journey. So, with discussion with what you were mentioning regarding your most recent, excuse me, regarding your most recent that you had in Ohio. Tell us a little bit more about that. So you said who all performed that night? I know it was you, and then who else performed that night?
uh, are you asking like artist wise or like who's on stage with me?
Yes. Well, artist wise, yes.
Artist wise, so also like on stage with me, I also had my boy Jay. He goes by Holic 8x8. He's like R&B slash like hip hop, but he
Okay.
has become like my hype man as well. So we collab in that way, and he makes really really dope music.
Yeah.
So I love having him on stage because I feel like we both have like that superstar energy.
Mm.
So we do really well. But there was lots of artists. It was actually a 2 day event. So it was a festival going on Friday and then there was one going on Saturday.
Oh,
Um I can't, well, right now I'm drawing a blank and I can't really mention, but I know that Kevin booked like 100 plus artists for, so 50 artists each night. But
Yeah.
I would say like he had a really good batch of artists. I wasn't there Friday, but Saturday was it was amazing. I think everybody hit the mark. I think everybody hit the mark. So
Yeah.
it was cool. It was cool.
So that's good. So it was like a mix. It wasn't just like hip hop. You were mentioning like there's some
It
people
was
on there
rock. Yeah.
R&B and stuff like that. And you
Yes.
were able to still be able to perform. You said your drummer was you had mentioned your drummer earlier as well
Yeah.
too, right?
Twan Green. Yeah. He actually plays at a church. He plays at a church. So he has them like gospel hits. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and it's
Okay.
crazy because the guitarist that I had is a rock player. So it was cool just seeing them two come together and collab. And they really, really did their thing. Like, really did their thing. And I don't know, I was just satisfied with the whole event. I was
Yeah.
satisfied.
Well, that's good.
I'm
Yeah.
like, this is,
I wanted to see I'm gonna get some more look at some more of the footage. Yeah, I liked the pictures, some of the stuff that I looked at, and it really did look very high performing, energetic. And you always give that to like I've looked at a lot of previous events that you did, and I always see how energetic you are, how in tune you are with the audience and keeping everything hype. So that's really good. So do you what I wanted to discuss with that more is just go over some more opportunities and things that you had with the show. So like recently from the May 23rd performance, you from that footage I saw it was incredible. And then you did go over like the venue and you said that was at the
the
Vortex,
Vortex
right?
in Akron,
Vortex.
Ohio. Yeah.
Okay.
Um, I think that like when I got off stage, I received incredible feedback.
Yeah.
I think that's one thing that stuck out to me. And I always get incredible feedback.
Yeah.
Um, and I don't take any of it for granted, right? Like I take all of it personal.
Mm.
Because my point is to inspire. So if I
Mhm.
get off that stage and you come up to me like, "Oh my gosh, like that was crazy," and
Yeah.
wow, like I mean, they were in there comparing me to Missy Elliott, and although I
Okay.
know,
Okay.
right, I know it. Although I know, like I'm not, my music sounds different than hers. It was still like a compliment, you know. And I
Yeah, it
had,
is because that's quite the caliber, and you are to me. I feel like that you are within that caliber
I
either way
appreciate that.
too. So
Thank you.
you're welcome. You've had so much going on over the years, staying consistent and still
Yeah,
pushing through and being able to inspire others. And have that same level of ambition. So yeah, definitely kudos to be able to be
yeah,
of that comparison to that particular caliber. Missy Elliott is something else. So,
yeah.
was there a moment during the event that kind of reaffirmed why you continue to pursue? Excuse me, I'll repeat that. Was there a moment during the event that reaffirmed why you continue to pursue music?
Um, hmm. That's a good question. That's a really good question. Uh, I don't know.
Mhm.
I would say so when I'm on stage and I'm performing,
Yeah.
I'm watching for reactions, right?
Mhm.
I'm watching for reactions. I'm watching if the crowd's interacting. And one thing I love to do is jump down into the crowd.
Okay, deep dive.
Right. I love to jump down to the crowd and just be with them on the floor,
Yeah.
right? And I usually do that for my last song. It's called Wake Up. I usually do that one last because it's
Yeah.
my most hype and I get to dance with people, you know, I get to just kind of,
Yeah.
you know, be with them. And if the crowd is kind of vibing with me while I'm down there, it kind of confirms like, okay, y'all are messing with my whole set.
Right, right.
Y'all really was messing with this set. Y'all like it. Y'all are inspired. Y'all feel good. And that's the point. I want you to walk out of the venue feeling good. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because I want to give you that that inspirational energy, that positive energy, but I also want you to be able to dance to it and, just,
Yeah.
feel nice while
Yeah.
you in there. So that is one thing that confirms, I mean, when I get
Yeah.
into that crowd on the floor with them and I'm like, okay, yeah, I did my thing. I'm
Yeah,
satisfied.
being able to engage with them and actually
Yeah.
seeing those final reactions. So I
Yes.
like that. So that's the way that you were able to get that reaffirmation, that
Yeah.
confirmation that you're really moving the crowd and you were able to make some type of impact with
Yes.
your performance. So
Yes.
so I noticed that you are also a writer too. So I wanted to get into that a little bit further. So being a writer, an artist, even whether you're writing music, scripts, articles, or creative content, what remains consistent across all forms of your storytelling with your writing?
What? What do you mean by that?
Well, like with your writing, do you maintain like a certain type of character or a persona within the writing, or do you write certain content? Is it all like is it content that's is it happy content, melancholic? Like what type of
I
is it
see. Yeah.
consistent? Mhm.
What remains consistent is making sure that I'm authentic within all of my writing,
Yeah,
right? So I got to make sure I'm not this persona in my songs, and then when I go to write my newspapers, I'm this person. I'm another person, right?
yeah,
So I think what remains consistent is my authenticity.
good, good.
I think that's what makes it so easy, you know what I mean, to
Mhm.
write my music, and what makes it easy to write my scripts, or even like my newspapers, my articles. So just being
Yeah,
authentic and being myself and just being truthful and honest, you know what I mean? Uh, some artists can't do that because they want to be all these other personas and these in different type of environments and all that. And although you have to, there's a little bit of role playing that goes with it, but
yeah.
being mostly authentic is super important because I think it makes the journey a lot easier that way, So I would say
Yeah.
being authentic, just being authentic.
See, that's really good. So, when you're able to be authentic within your writing, it's able to cross and bleed over to all the other parts and that you're doing with your creative content. So,
Yeah.
having that authenticity, it's nothing that you have to fake through, nothing you have to think
Right.
of a little bit further because you're actually that's all you, that's who you are across the board. So
Exactly.
that's really
Exactly.
good. So your storytelling is consistent with authenticity. So now I wanted to go kind of like into like mental health, healing, and art therapy. So as you know, for us here at Deniese IncTru, it's all about like Serene Saturday, where we get into visual, performing arts, art therapy, music therapy, healing, mental wellness. So how has music personally helped you navigate life's challenges?
Okay. So I actually started writing when I was 9 years old.
Mm.
And one of the reasons I start writing is because it was an outlet, right?
Yeah,
I didn't grow up in the best house, you know,
yeah,
um, problems with parents and just, a lot of trauma there, right? So writing became an outlet, but it helps me get my feelings out, right?
yeah,
So basically, when I'm writing this inspirational stuff, if you really listen to my lyrics, I might slip something in there like trauma wise, right?
mm,
But I'll bounce back with a line like, okay, but I came up from this,
yeah. You do
right?
always kind of end it off a little bit like on more on a positive note. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's a therapy for me. You know what I mean? It's definitely a therapy, and that's why I can't stop.
Yeah,
Because if it's a therapy for me, it's a therapy for you.
it is.
And that's how I look at it, and that's
Mm,
why I do it. You know what I mean? Because if it helps me out, then it can help you be more confident. It can help you feel better about yourself, and maybe I'm saying something in my music that might help you feel better about your day,
yeah,
or make you feel better about chasing whatever, or you know what I mean, like
yeah,
just making the average human being feel like they are worth something, and
right.
that's my purpose. So mentally it's helped me a lot. You know,
Yeah.
it's helped me a lot for
So
sure.
it sounds like it's been a great healing source for you to be able to like speak your truth on each track, be able to bear your all out and through the lyrics and be able to express that. So it can also be like a healing, medium for someone else out there that's actually listening to it. So
Right.
I'm glad that you were able to even with the experiences that you had through youth and things and just everyday life, you're able to show others that you can continue to go on through it and be
Yeah,
consistent, with what you're doing and be able to inspire someone in the end, kind of giving like your a bit of testimony and inspiration all within it. All
for
right.
sure.
So
For sure.
next I wanted to kind of get into like acting, expansion, and some possibilities for you. So I did look on to kind of research a bit about you and I understand that your partner is an actress. So
Yeah.
how yes, yes. So I'm like
Yeah.
I always love when partners are able to get things going within the arts. I'm all about the arts, right? So
Yeah.
so with that understanding, how has witnessing her journey influenced your own creative perspective?
Mm. It's making me go outside the box, right? Like I've
Mhm,
always written like the little skits to my music videos and stuff, but right now, currently, I am working on
mhm.
um an album behind the scenes. I
Okay.
haven't really put a lot out there, but I am trying to work on. It'll be my first album.
Yeah.
But I go to her plays, right, and I watch her act, and I'm like, this is dope, right?
Yeah.
Like my cameraman, he does like the short films, and I've
Mhm.
been there when he did Vern, and I helped a little bit with that. But just watching her do her thing is like, okay. And
Yeah.
she tells me like, you got me back into acting because she had stopped for a while.
Oh yeah. See, well,
But she
that's
tells,
good to kind of piggyback on, well, being
yeah,
able to give inspiration to one another through the art. So that's really good. See,
yeah.
I love that. I really do. I love
But
that.
yeah, but yeah,
Okay.
I love watching her. And she gets better each time. So yeah,
Yeah.
but it does inspire me.
Mhm.
Because like I said, I'm working on a script right now, and I'm working on just being a little more vulnerable, in it. So yeah,
Okay. Well,
but yeah.
would you ever consider like taking maybe even acting for yourself? Would you ever consider taking it into that into the chapters of your life, or are you more wanting to fulfill it within your music and writing for now?
I would say, well, I do got some parts in there where I do got to act a little bit. So I would say
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'm not huge into being like an actress, right? Like I don't think it's like my lane right now. But
Yeah,
to just
yeah,
kind of get the basics, you know what I mean? Just
yeah.
get the basics of how to do it because it is truly interesting. I don't know.
It
I'm like, that's
is.
truly a gift.
It
I
is.
just keeping your face straight is
Yes.
hard. So
Yes.
so yeah,
Yeah.
definitely something like, it'd be something new to learn. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Something new, and especially because I write scripts, so it's like if I got to play these
Mhm.
different parts, why not? Why not try to be the best actress I could be if I got to
Okay.
be it? Yeah,
So that's good. So it's a possibility. It's a
it's a
possibility.
possibility. It's a possibility. Probably for this one because, like I said, I'm writing an album,
Yeah.
and I'm uh I'm trying to dive more into like my trauma and childhood and kind of
Yeah.
just see if people can relate in that way. You know what I mean?
Right.
Just be a little more, because if you listen to my music,
Yeah.
it's inspirational,
Mhm.
but I don't think I'm vulnerable enough, right?
Okay.
So just that's one of my goals, right? That's one of my goals. But yeah,
Okay. So have to have more of that vulnerability.
yeah,
Okay. So that's good. So you want to kind of branch out a little bit more with your music and get more, even more expressive, get a little bit more vulnerability,
yeah,
to that impact of your music. So with that, I did want to discuss like purpose. So that does kind of intertwine with purpose and your legacy.
yeah.
I want to talk about purpose, legacy, and kind of philosophy within your life, your music. So, what is, do you think that artists discover who they are through their work, or does their work reveal who they already are?
I think their work
Yeah.
like it says who they already are,
Yeah.
right? Even if you're a fake person
Mhm.
or you're real, right?
Right, right.
It's going you're gonna see that core. You're
Hmm.
gonna see that core. So if you got somebody out here rapping about, like, let's say I'm gang banging and all this, and I'm really
Yeah.
not, right? But
Right, right. It's kind of hard to keep on that
trying to
persona
fake.
after so long.
Yeah, like you know what I'm saying?
Eventually,
Like,
eventually we're gonna see.
yeah, yeah. So it's like, nah, like you fake. So I think whether you fake or you real,
Yeah.
yeah. So I think the work is what,
It
you
speaks for
know,
itself, kind of.
yeah, for
Okay.
sure. For
Okay.
sure.
So I did want to get into to your so your CEO, Grind Never Stop. So what does Grind Never Stop mean beyond the business and ambition?
Grind never stops entertainment. So grind never
Mhm.
stops entertainment could be like you're grinding towards a better mental health.
Mhm.
You're grinding towards a dream, a goal,
Yeah.
right? So it's really just saying that no matter what life throws at me, I'm
Mhm.
going to stay consistent on my journey.
Yeah.
That's what grind never stops is.
Okay.
Just staying
So
consistent, staying consistent no matter what life is throwing at you.
mhm.
But yeah, that's the bottom line of it for
Okay.
sure. Yeah.
Okay, so that's good. So staying consistent no matter what is thrown at you,
Yeah.
being able to have that resilience to continue with that grit and press forward. So that's
Yes.
what Grind Never Stops Entertainment is all about. So
Yes.
well, that's really good. So I did want to kind of get your input, like what you would want to say probably or give advice to like the next generation. So what would
Okay.
you say to like the young female hip hop artists who are talented but questioning whether they belong in the industry? What would you say to them?
That's good. So I would say, for one, be yourself.
Mhm.
Don't, I've had people say like, well, if you change your image and if you change this about yourself, and it's like, but
Yeah.
it's working because like, I'm all about being authentic. I might say it a lot, but my
Mhm.
whole thing is be authentic, be yourself. Don't let nobody change you.
Yeah.
Whatever your story is what your story is. Don't come
Mhm.
out here trying to be everybody else because you everything that glitters ain't gold.
Right.
You know what I
Right.
mean?
Mhm.
Everything that glitters ain't gold. You could see somebody in the industry and they got all the money and they got all the nice clothes and stuff, but behind the scenes you don't know what's going on. So be yourself.
Yeah.
Don't ever try to be a copy, because if you come out here trying to be a copy, um, like we said, eventually you're gonna show. It's
Yeah.
gonna show, right?
Mhm.
And then when you try to be authentic after that, it's not going to work. Then people are going to be like, oh no, they're going to talk bad about you. They'll be like, oh, well, I thought you said this and I thought you said that. Come out here
Right.
and just be authentic, be yourself, and your journey will go exactly how it's supposed to.
Mhm.
I mean, um, because if you try to live like somebody else or live a life like somebody else, you will end up living a life that you regret.
You're right. So,
That's
so that is some good advice to be able to just make your journey be authentic. Don't try to be like or be the image that what everyone else expects you to be or what you assume it should be. Just be who you are out there into the industry and everything will align the way it's supposed to in the
yes,
end. So that is some really, really good advice,
yeah.
Tasha. So I did want to kind of ask about like, do you have like any upcoming performances, projects, releases? I know you were talking about your writing venture and then the new album. Do you have any more upcoming performances or collaborations that people should be watching out for?
Um, I have one in September. Um, I haven't really released that flyer yet, but I do have one coming up in September. I just did one Saturday, but I've been traveling a lot.
Yeah.
I have been traveling a lot. So my goal right now is to just focus on this album
Mhm.
and just the script writing part of it, because it's more than just a skit, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
right now I'm really just working on that. And
Okay.
it's called Scrambled Eggs. By the way, I'll just, put that out there. It's gonna be
Okay.
crazy.
Okay.
Right? It's gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
Like, kind of like scrambled thoughts, right? Like
Oh, okay. So that, yeah,
scrambled
that's
eggs,
clever.
right?
That's clever. I like that.
Right.
Hmm.
So it's gonna be a long process, just getting the writing done. I got my cameraman, also like helping me with, giving me advice and notes on the writing as well, because that's what he does.
Yeah.
But process of like, finding actors and actresses and
Yeah.
scenery and all that. So I'm really just focused on this album right now. I'm not gonna lie. But I might get a show. Somebody might end up hitting me up and I'll put it out there. But
Yeah.
right now I don't have anything close, like as far as shows right now. So
Well, that would make sense though, but being that I've been watching, you've been having like back-to-back things going on. You have been busy thus far. So
and I
yeah,
also and I
yeah,
also work a job. Like I work in a
yeah.
mental hospital, so I'm
That's good to know. So you already work kind of like in the mental health field. So do you like mental health nurse, something along
I'm an
that line?
aide, PSA. Yeah,
Okay, okay. Good. All right.
PSA.
So see, that's a really good fun fact. You never know what your artists are out there
I'm
doing in
telling
the
you.
background. They are really out here hustling. They're really out here, as you said,
Yes.
grinding. The grind never stops. So that's
Never.
really good to hear.
Never.
So, Tasha, where can people follow you, support your work, stream your music, and stay connected with Grind Never Stops Entertainment?
Awesome. So they can follow me on Instagram at Tasha Music 330. That's TASHA Music 330. I do have a Facebook. It's Radisha Tasha Stoudemire. And then I also have my separate fan page, which is Tasha. Um, as far as music right now, Spotify, Apple, um, YouTube, uh, and I'm on other, a lot of other platforms, but those are the main ones, that I mainly, put out there. But yeah, yeah, for sure.
Okay, okay. Well, you guys heard it here. That is where you can go follow, support, and stream music and stay connected with Tasha, with what she has going on. Tasha, my final question for you, my final thing is when history remembers Tasha, what do you hope people say about the way you made them feel through your music, through your writings?
Huh? I never got that question before. That's a good one. I just hope that I leave here making people feel confident about themselves
Yeah.
and not scared to tell their story
Okay.
or be what they want to be. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Just being that confident,
Yeah. Have a
that
a
confidence
cup
in
of
your people.
confidence. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
No matter like what you went through, because
Yeah.
everybody has different stories. They have different upbringings. Everybody's not the same. Everybody don't think the same.
Yeah.
But I just hope that I can leave them feeling good, confident, you know what I mean? And just like, this is what I'm going for. This is what I'm doing no matter what is going on. Because I believe everything is circumstance, you know, situational. So yeah.
Okay. All right. So that is one powerful statement that what you want to leave if history were to, if someone to go back in history and say, what did Tasha bring to the writing? What did Tasha bring with the music? How'd you have them to feel to leave that confidence? All right. So, Tasha, I want to thank you so much for sharing your journey, your wisdom, your
Sure.
creativity, and your heart
Yes.
with us today. We do appreciate your transparency,
Of
your
course.
artistry, and also your continued commitment to inspiring others through your music, writing, and entrepreneurship. So you're very welcome. So thank you, thank you, thank you to our listeners as well for joining us for another meaningful conversation here on Deniese inconvenient truths. Until next time, continue creating, continue healing, and continue growing and finding your purpose in your own journey. I'm your host, Nisi. This is Deniese Inconvenient Truths podcast. Be well in wellness and in love. Peace.